Hi everyone, so this is tutorial time. So we're going to look at backbends. So we're going to look at a couple of ways of improving this using cobra and upward facing dog. So those two poses that we'd use in sun salutation mainly. So we're going to work from a prone position quite a bit, facing down. So I will show you from the floor up how we can sort of gradually improve the backbend and just a few tips and tricks to just take note of as you're coming in and out. So let's come straight to it. So just to give you guys obviously a recap of the poses that I'll talk through. Oh, hello, kitty. So on your front, so coming into a back bend, so we're going to look at options coming up into cobra and then upward facing dog. Okay, so we always want to start from here. Obviously you can come into this from crocodile or a plank position, but I'm just going to show you from the floor so it doesn't, fatigue the shoulders. Sorry, the cat is just trying to film, kitty. So from here, so before we even think about pushing and lifting the chest up into our back bend, what we want to focus on is the lower body, and this stays the same throughout. So you want to squeeze through the glutes, so you want to squeeze the muscles here, because that is what protects the lower back. And then your legs stay long, you're squeezing through the muscles in the legs as well. You don't have to have the feet together, okay? You actually want a bit of space between the ankles, no wider than the mat, okay? Just outside hip width or maybe hip width apart. So from there, hands are going to place onto the floor, so palms down, and you want to have your hands just by the rib cage. Okay, so just think about where the top of the rib cage is. That's where you want to place the palms. Your elbows are going to squeeze in nice and tight. So that's the first bit you want to think about before we even lift. Okay, so if I show you seated, so your hands are here. What can commonly happen, sometimes what I see, is the elbows come out too wide. So you want to try your best to squeeze them in as much as possible. So that really gets the back of the shoulders working and all those postural muscles as well, which is so important for things like back bends. So if we come back to that position, so that's your first step. So squeeze through the glutes, muscles in the legs, squeeze the elbows in nice and tight, press through the palms, eye gaze stays down. Now what you're going to do is keep all that tension where it is, push through the hands, squeeze the muscles in the upper back and feel your chest lift from the floor. Okay, and then you're just going to gently lower and repeat that again. So as you breathe in, elbows squeeze in nice and tight, push through the hands, lift the chest off and then slowly release down. And you're just going to do this a few times. So breathe in to come up, exhale to lower. So as you're moving up and down, keep all that tension in the glutes to protect the lower back. You shouldn't feel any discomfort here. If you are, don't come up as high or squeeze firmer through the glutes. And then last point to think about when you're lifting is the shoulders, okay? So you want to roll those shoulders down your back, okay? So when you come into that position, even maybe just physically roll them. So bring them forward, bring them back, and imagine your shoulder blades sliding down towards your hips, down your back, okay? So it's quite hard to explain face down. So after you've done that a few times, you should feel the back already, okay? So when you're coming up, shoulders down, slide them down towards the hips. Think about this energy projecting out through the chest. So those shoulders are constantly pulling back. Something that commonly happens is when we come into this sort of pose, you can lift, the shoulders feel fatigued and they can come up to the ears a little bit. They can be rounding forward. All that is posture. So we want to actively think about pulling them back every time, okay? So now if you want to, you can deepen this back bend. So it might be best going into this from a flow. So if I come from plank, we lower down, you're going to push through the hands, lift, squeeze the muscles in the legs, squeeze the glutes, hips are off the floor and chest is forward. So you can see a difference here. shoulders up, forward, to then, okay, that length happens through the neck. So you squeeze the shoulder blades back, pull the chest forward, shoulders down the back, so you can lengthen through the neck, and then just soften back down from there. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could push up into that a few times. That will work the arms as well. You'll feel that in the shoulders. Okay, and then obviously resting out of it, take child's pose. So soften through the lower back, let the shoulders go. Oh, sorry there, doorbell's ringing. So, 1 second. Okay, so sorry about that. Carrying on. So yeah, with your back bends then, so have a little practice with just lifting up halfway and then upward facing dog. Obviously just be mindful with the shoulders because they can fatigue. One last little thing. So 3 points of focus really. Squeezing through the glutes, always do that because that's what protects the lower back. Your feet are obviously just slightly apart. To take more intensity away actually from that, you can take the legs a bit wider, or for more less intensity there. If you want more intensity, feet together. And then coming up from there then, so think shoulders pulled back, okay, and then chest radiating forward. And those shoulder blades back and down, okay? So we're not just thinking about squeezing back because the shoulders can still stay up. So you also want to slide them down so that you find that length in the neck, okay? If you have someone at home that can help and assist, because I know some of you practice with other people at home, then what you can do is you can be in your upward facing dog. Obviously I can't show you this because it's just me, but you can stay in that position and you can get your partner to come like either just, do you know what I mean? If you're lying on the floor, you can just get them to step over, bring the shoulders and pull them back. So get them to physically pull those shoulders away and you can feel the difference then, okay? So yeah, hope that helps. And any questions, just let me know. Bye.